Hello again. The more I do these videos, the more research that I do, the more reading that I tend to go through, the more I realize I actually don't know one third of what I thought I did, especially when it comes to myself and especially when it comes to my capabilities. And I think that's a lot of what people do, particularly, I suppose, in the West. I think we're told, and I've spoken about this many times, where we're almost trained to kind of rule ourselves out of greatness. It's ridiculous. We are told from a very early age that we're only sort of going to be achieving a certain amount of things, and we're only going to get to a certain level. And for whatever reason, we believe that, and it takes quite a shift for people to move into, or to what I would call step into their greatness, because when you do, I think what happens is you look back at what you used to be, your old story, the way that you used to limit yourself by your own imagination, or you limit yourself by listening or believing in the old story, that you just look back with a sense of wonder and you think, why did I ever buy into that kind of nonsense? It's almost like I heard something the other day that made me laugh, and it was really it was a guy, Kyle Cease. You may know him. I've mentioned it before, and he talked about this idea that we are afraid about something. When we're fearful of something, he says we're afraid to choose. In a sense, afraid to choose our greatness or to be the best version of ourselves. Um, and it's that fear of just that movement going towards that new thing that we're fearful of. And he said, he used the analogy of a skydiver. He says you'll be up in the plane and you'll be there with your parachute on, and the door will open, and uh, it's this fear that grows inside you, um, the fear of choosing to jump out of a plane. And you say things like, "I'll be okay once I'm out." I will be okay once I'm hurtling towards the ground at Mach 2. I'll be safe then. And it's this fear of choosing your greatness. And I think we tend to hang on to that because of the limitations that we were told or trained in through our early life. So I think this just, once you make that decision, once you choose to be great, once you choose to move into your greatness, once you choose to do that project, then of course it's going to be fine. It's not, you're not going to fall over. And this is where the ego, and particularly where fear, false evidence appearing real, as it's known, seems to surface for a lot of people. You're busy. People have busy lives, and so they try and sort of encapsulate their lives in a certain way, and they will be juggling, or they will be spinning plates, and there'll be a little. I'm a father here, and then I'm at work there, and then I'm a husband here, and I'm a friend there, and I'm this, and I'm that, and I'm this, and I'm that, and they're spinning all these plates. And the one thing they're not doing is they're not looking after themselves. They're not being there, work, doing the internal work, so that should something fall down for someone else, then you are there in your fullest capacity, in the best version of yourself. So I think this external plate spinning, this idea that you have to be all things to all people, is a little bit limiting, in the sense that you're allowed to drop a few things, you're allowed to let a few plates fall, simply because we're not supermen, we're not superwomen. What we are is, we are great once we're looking after ourselves and we're capable of choosing the best part, the best things that are really good for us. So, as I say, the more I do these videos, the more that comes up for me, and hopefully it comes up for you. Um, So, I would look at that. I would look at what what how great you can be. I would look at what you're capable of, and who told you that you weren't capable of doing things. And stop the plate spinning. Stop this incessant need to be all things for all people. Look after you. Make sure that you're centered and grounded. Make sure that you're doing the best things that will produce the best version of you, so that when somebody calls on you, when somebody needs you for some kind of support, then you're there, and you're there 100%. You're not spinning plates. So have a great day. Big changes in the moon, if you're into that at the moment. We are in a waxing gibbous, nearly a full moon. We just had Halloween here in the UK, so the spirits are rife and they're running about. But generally, lots and lots coming up. More videos as well, because I've got lots to say as normal. Have a great day, and we'll be back soon.